Heard throughout the morning here on News Center 5. Sergeant Robert Bousquet with Mass State Police is with us right now by telephone to talk about the shape of the roads out there. Sergeant, good morning to you.
Good morning, ma'am.
What are you seeing? I know there have been a number of accidents.
Ma'am, I've spoken to the dispatchers that we have at the State Police headquarters who deal with 911, and I've spoken directly to the troopers down at the Foxborough Barracks. There's a lot of accidents, but they're mostly spin-outs. There haven't been a great number that have resulted in injuries. If they have, they've been minor injuries.
That's good news.
A lot of people spinning off the road and needing to be winched out of a snowbank or something to that effect.
All right, Sergeant, the first thing is you cannot call me ma'am any longer. I'm Heather, and she's Susan, and ma'am makes us feel old, but thank you for the respect. What are the main concerns with all of you this morning?
Well, obviously, I mean, the snow is continuing at this point. We would advise that if individuals don't need to drive, don't. Staying off the roadway gives Mass Highway and the towns the greatest ability to remove the snow from the roadway so that we can get back to normal driving conditions as quickly as possible. If people are venturing out, that they slow down, reduce their speeds, be prepared, understand that they're driving on snow. They're going to have the potential to spin out and lose control. Whether they have four-wheel drive or not, it doesn't help them when they try to stop.
Well, you make a very good point, Sergeant. It's Susan Warnick now. People who have four-wheel drive, I think, have this false sense of security that they can go as fast as they want to through anything and not have to pay attention because supposedly they have this extra protection, when in fact they just don't.
Well, there's only one law that anybody violates it, they're going to suffer the consequences, and that's the laws of physics. That vehicle is traveling, it's on ice, you hit the brakes, it's going to continue to go in the direction it wants.
That's a very good point. And what are are the fines greater when you ticket someone for speeding in a situation like this?
No, the fines aren't greater, but the thing that individuals must understand is that even though the speed limit sign says 65, 55 miles an hour, you can be traveling at 50 miles an hour and still be issued a violation for speeding. It's speed greater than reasonable given the conditions that they are.
And you've already said that the speed limit, Mass Highway, I think, is declared 40 miles an hour today, right?
And the Mass Pike, did you say, or Mass Highway?
Mass Highway said on the Mass, all state roads for that matter, 40 miles an hour is top speed.
Well, they're giving that as guidance. The Mass Pike's an absolute speed law. They can set the speed limit at whatever they want. And if you go over that, that's immediately a violation. But if Mass Highway's stating that it's 40, you could be traveling at 30 in a whiteout area, and that could be, again, speed greater than reasonable.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and especially if the visibility is restricted, then seeing the car in front of you that just stopped for whatever reason is difficult. That's
actually one of the accidents that just cleared in Randolph was that type of a situation where somebody had spun out, they were in the roadway, two other cars came over the rise and went to their brakes and ended up getting into a three-car chain reaction accident.
Any of those injuries serious this morning? Are you aware of anyone being seriously hurt?
I am not aware of any serious injuries at this time. As I said, most of them have been wench-outs, or if people did need to be transported, they would be transported to area hospitals with minor injuries.
Any particular part of the state worse than others right now, Sergeant?
No, it's occurring throughout the state based on what I've been talking to, but one of the primary focuses that we have is that we do expect there to be a desire for people to travel to the Gillette Stadium area, as it's obvious that people are going to want to get to the game. But being proactive and in the interest of public safety, what we have done is the details that normally work at Gillette Stadium have been called in early. And there are a number of troopers already down in that area that are on the traffic posts and working patrols on 495 and Route 1 to ensure that problems are cleared as quickly as possible so that we don't have congestion issues as the day goes out.
Yeah, and the MBTA has also put on extra trains to and from South Station and Providence, Rhode Island to Gillette. Sergeant Robert Bousquet, thank you so much for your time. We'll get back to you a little later this morning, Sergeant. We appreciate the information.
You're welcome. Thank you, ma'am.
Let's take you right now. It's 8:30 on this Sunday morning. Let's take you back out live to Lowell, where News Center 5's Sheba Russell is spending the better part of the morning. Sheba, what are the conditions like there now?
Well, the wind has picked up again, Heather, so of course that's just not feeling too good on the face. Now, I did forget the yardstick today, so we've been out here trying to gauge just how much snow is out here. I've been taking the water bottle, and also what better way to show you just how much snow is out here is by taking a look at my feet. I'm going to trudge along here and just show you how much snow has accumulated since about 4:30 this morning. So let me take the foot out now and just show you how much snow is out here. So up to the top of my boot, we're guessing about 5.5, 6 inches of snow. Let's take a live look out at Pawtucket Boulevard now, also known as Route 110. The plow trucks are out and about. DPW, their assistant city manager, tells me the plow trucks were operating at about 4:30 this morning. There's nearly 100 trucks out on the roads, 40 city, 50 to 60 contractors. The Sanders were out around 3 a.m. No accidents so far, they tell me. It's been rather quiet. They are actually encouraging everyone to stay off the road so they can get their job done. The big thing now, they're bracing for a changeover. That changeover to rain. Take a listen.
Hopefully it won't be a flash freeze at the end of this. Give us some time to dry out the roads, let the material, the salt work, and make the safe roads for tomorrow.
So that is the key right now, making sure that they're able to prepare these roads for when that changeover happens. Of course, they're not hoping for that flash freeze. They want some time between the snow and the rain to actually treat the roads, so in case there are some problems, they know that they've had some time to treat them. Let's send it back to you guys in the studio.
And we're going to send it out to Mary Saladna, who is in Westboro, the side of the Mass Turnpike. Mary, take it.
Hey, good morning again, Susan and Heather. Let me show you that they did plow just recently, so you're seeing a lot more pavement over here now on the westbound lanes of the Mass Pike. Cars doing a healthy, at least 40. So, you know, traffic is moving. There's not much traffic, but it is moving what's out there. And the plows are able to do their job because unlike Thursday when they were, locked in bumper-to-bumper traffic like everybody else, they've been able to come right through and make a clean pass very easily when they are coming by us. I do want to alert you that right behind me, in the foreground of the shot probably, there's a lane. This is the on-ramp to the Mass Pike from the Westboro Plaza. So if you see a car all of a sudden or an SUV come speeding like right behind me, that's supposed to be there. Don't worry. We're not about to get hit. At least we hope not. We have noticed that there is not as many big trucks, big rigs on the road yet this morning. And, here's why. Everybody's still asleep. Uh-oh. We got about 24, maybe 30 trucks. You can't see them all because they're stacked in rows, but quite a few folks still snoozing at this hour, figuring they got plenty of time today to try to beat this terrible weather. But in any case, we have about 6 inches, approaching 6 inches out here in Westboro. It feels definitely like a snow-sleet mix. A lot more, of a bounce off of you now, and it stings the face. It's been that way for a good 30, 40 minutes, but it's snowing still as well. And I was going to show you my feet, but Sheba already did that. Still, here you go. It's about all the show and tell you get around 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday, but we've definitely got about 6 inches here. So things moving pretty well on the West Pike. It's the secondary roads that you can imagine are still, pretty rough going this morning and probably very snow-packed and slippery. If you are out here, though, it is best to keep the speed to about 40 miles an hour. We just saw the state police go by, and, of course, they asked us to pass that along to you. Susan and Heather, back to you.
Yeah, we like seeing your feet, Mary, as long as